We welcome you to this broadcast of girls OHSAA Sectional Semifinal Basketball on NKTelco Sports. We are here at Sidney High School where the Fort Loramie Redskins will take on the Fairlawn Jets. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Copeland, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, the Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, New Knoxville Supply, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, and NKTelco. You're looking live at the Hive here at Sidney High School. My name is Brandon Coverman. Alongside me, Dave Kanapke, as we get ready for this game here between Fort Loramie and Fairlawn. And let's take a look at the Emerson Copeland starting lineups as we get going here. For Fort Loramie, under head coach Carla Siegel in her 24th season. Their number 11, 5'8" senior Ava Turner. Number 21, a 6-foot sophomore Victoria Mesher. Number 22, 5'10" junior Skylar Albers. Number 30, 5'5" junior Jaden Rose. And rounding out the lineup, number 40, 5'10" sophomore Avery Brandaway. And they're coached, of course, by longtime head coach Carla Siegel, who has picked up over 500 wins in her career and 3 state championships. And now taking a look for the Fairlawn Jets, coached by Gavin Cathcart in his 6th season. Our number 1, freshman Lainey Clemens. Number 3, freshman Callie Helber. Number 11, junior Avery North. Number 21, freshman Riley Eichelberger. And number 44, senior Darcy Maxson. Dave, let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza, Newport, Ohio. First, taking a look for the Fort Loramie Redskins.
Yeah, for Carter Siegel, they want to play with great energy, swarm the ball on defense. They always do that, and they want to play their game today. And then for the Fairlawn Jets, they want to be able to break the Fort Loramie press. That's easier said than done sometimes. Play hard to the buzzer despite the score, and keep the emotions under control. If things don't go well, have to fight through that. Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by our fine folks at Keyhole Pizza.
Starting off with the basketball is Clemens. First Fairlawn team, 1 win on the season. They beat Triad, who we'll see play in 2 games against Russia. Darcy Maxson with the basketball. Maxson trying to go on the inside. Clemens loses it. Back over to Eichelberger. Eichelberger on the inside to the basket is fouled by Skylar Albers going up.
Nice job by Riley Eichelberger. An aggressive move. Found an opening. Draws the foul. Riley, just a freshman, will shoot 2.
And his Fairlawn team always playing with 8 players this year. And a little injury concern as Eichelberger nails the first free throw. Runner dips, knees, fires, and connects. Riley Eichelberger with 2 points. Fairlawn leads 2-0 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. And Fairlawn coming out with a little bit of pressure themselves.
Yeah, not too many teams try to press Fort Loramie.
Albers misses the shot, and foul by Loramie. Brainaway caught red-handed, so to speak.
So Fairlawn being aggressive there. Able to get the 2-0 lead and then a little full-court pressure. And now they face the Fort Loramie full-court pressure.
Try to get it in. Eichelberger trying to get it to Clemens. That's going to be a turnover. Albers gets it out to Jaden Rose. Rose on the inside over to Brandaway, who turns around and scores for the first team all Shelby County selection.
Nice entry pass there. Brandaway turns, knocks it home.
Eichelberger trying to get around the wall of pressure that the Redskins are building. Clemens. And they're going to call that 10-second count just right before they got it over the line. Well, it might have been a little quick of a 10-second, but just in the nick of time. Did the Loramie pressure work?
Yeah, they don't usually need a quick clock. They do a great job with that. There's a nice 3-ball.
Skylar Albers has got one of the smoothest shots. You can see as Coach Gavin Cathcart wants to take a timeout. All timeouts this year on NKTelco Sports are brought to you by Precision Strip. And I'd like to thank our additional sponsors in Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Park National Bank, Securcom in the St. Henry Bank. We'd also like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity girls basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 and HD on Channel 503. Catch the replays of this game Tuesday, March 7th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, March 11th at 4 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and nktelco.com/sports. So 5-2 here early on, and the Loramie pressure starting to show early.
Yeah, the 2 quick turnovers there. This is what Fort Loramie has done for all 24 years under Coach Carla Siegel. Long pass to Maxon, but she loses it.
They're going to call a jump there quickly, and possession will still stay with Fort Loramie anyway.
Look at this Fort Loramie scoring. Probably one of the more balanced scoring teams that Coach Siegel has had. Brandon just under 12, and then you have Turner just over 10, and then Mesher and Albers just under 8.
Basket to Avery Brandaway on the left block there. Loramie back to the pressure, and a shot no good by Ava Turner. Clemens with the rebound. She's trying to charge ahead. Turner, the player of the year, knocks the ball away. And Rose will bring it up in the forecourt. Again, kind of a younger Loramie team, too. We've seen Coach Siegel kind of have that mix of veteran teams and really young teams. This is one of her younger teams that she has. As Brandaway misses the shot, the senior Darcy Maxon with the rebound.
Only 3 seniors on this team. Ava Turner, Alexis Coverman, and Olivia Mesher.
Ball over to the left side, back over to Avery North. Turner tips the ball. Redskins pressuring all over. And there's a jump ball. Arrow favors the Fairlawn Jets.
After Fairlawn scored those first 2 points, it's been 5 straight turnovers and then an alternate possession here. Number 33, Cassie Heath, another freshman, comes in for the Jets.
A lot of freshmen on this roster for Fairlawn. This is a Fairlawn team that this freshman class won the Shelby County League in 7th and 8th grade and had some talent. And here they're playing varsity early as there's a jump there by Avery North, and Fairlawn will turn it back over.
Always the concern when you have freshmen playing too earlier than they're ready for, is that can discourage players sometime if they can fight through that and keep their freshman class together, as they have 5 of the 8 players on their roster are freshmen.
Number 12, Carissa Meyer, 5'8 junior. Number 41, Summer Hoying, a 5'11 junior in the lineup. Albers, the right side, goes up, rolls around and falls in for Skylar Albers, the junior.
Albers now with 5, very aggressive move to the basket.
Maxon gets the ball as they escape the Fort Loramie pressure in the backcourt initially. Rose gets the tip. Albers trying to go to the basket, trying to draw contact as Eichelberger, but Skylar Albers lays it in and has got 7 points.
Yeah, another aggressive move, showing that athleticism that Fort Loramie girls always seem to have.
Eichelberger trying to get it out the backcourt. Eichelberger, and now it's a timeout by Coach Gavin Cathcart. All timeouts this year brought to you by Precision Strip, as our keys to the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank. Our timeout sponsors, Precision Strip. Our starting lineup sponsors, Emerson Copeland. Our player of the game, which Dave and I will name at the end of the game, is brought to you by NKTelco. And just Loramie pressure early, I mean, is really getting to these guys, to Fairlawn, and it's tough to break.
Yeah, and, you know, Coach Cathcart has seen this before. It's hard to simulate that in practice, especially for them with just 8 players to simulate in practice. They faced it twice this season, now the 3rd time. It's been that way ever since Coach Siegel has been here, and it's just tough to break because now they drop back into like a triangle or a rectangular press, 1-2-2-1.
Yeah. They like to run that a lot. They like to mix up defenses. Eichelberger's shot is short. Maxon with the rebound. Maxon's shot's no good. Lone senior on this Fairlawn roster. Rose up ahead, and it's tipped out by Fairlawn, and will stay with Fort Loramie.
Fort Loramie really pushing the tempo as they do, and they'll actually call that as a turnover on Fort Loramie. Oh, no, they'll correct that. I thought that's
I was going to say.
So it'll be Loramie ball underneath their own basket with the 11-2 lead.
Callie Helber in the lineup, another freshman. Albers jump shots, no good. And it's going to be Fairlawn basketball. As Turner and Mesher will come back in. This Loramie team goes generally about 8 deep. as they're wearing their traditional braids that they wear during the tournament run, and they expect to have another long tournament run. They're attempting to try to win their 6th straight district title this year.
Yeah, and they've been in the regional finals 11 of the last 13 years. This is another turnover. They didn't go last year, and they didn't go in 2017, but otherwise, at least regional final, which is amazing.
Yeah.
3 state championships through there. All told, 11 state appearances in the history of Fort Loramie girls basketball.
Ball foul line extended, rattles out. And last year they fell in the regional semifinals to Cincinnati Country Day, who ended up making it to the state semifinals, lost to New Knoxville, actually.
Yep.
So, some unfinished business for the Fort Loramie Redskins, so to speak. And shot's no good on the inside. Turner goes up, and Ava Turner will go to line shoot 2. She is the County Player of the Year named. That's the 6th straight year Fort Loramie has had a Player of the Year named as well after the Redskins.
Yeah, I guess that follows them. They've won the league championship every year, and then also when you have a second first player on the first team is Avery Brandewey, first team All Shelby County League. It's just year after year Fort Loramie. Coach Siegel just seems like has the athletes and basketball players.
Actually, I take that back. It's 5 years in a row. 2019, it was Marissa Meyering. In 2020, it was Dana Rose. In 2021, Mackenzie Holscher. In 2022 was Ava Schultes, and now Ava Turner. Actually, take that back. It's 5 years in a row.
You're an encyclopedia of Shelby County League history.
Yeah. Well, I credit that actually to team doctor Sheldon Weichel, because I saw his tweet out about that yesterday. So, which I knew they had quite a bit of a run. Olivia Clark from Jackson Center was the last one to win it. That was a non-Loramie person in 2018.
And Jackson Center is the last team to win it besides Fort Loramie before those 6 years. Yeah. Before that, Anna had a great run there. They won state titles 2 out of 3 years, and the one in between there, I think they won 11 and 13. In the year in between, they lost in the state finals. Yeah. Coach Jack Billing had quite a team.
Nice cut to the basket by Victoria Mesher as she goes unscathed to the basket. It's 14-2. Redskins on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Victoria Mesher, second team All Shelby County League with her first 2 points.
North going to fire a high arcing 3, hits off the iron. And Fairlawn scored the first 2 points of the game as ball goes up ahead to Alex Rose, who in the lineup of 5'9" junior. And she scores her first points as 16-2 Redskin advantage.
I barely had my stat for the missed 3-pointer by Fairlawn. I look up and Fort Loramie already had it back down the court. They really do a great job of pushing down. And once again, with a layup there.
Gets ahead to Ava Turner. She scores off the turnover. 18 consecutive points by the Redskins with 2:44 to go here in the first quarter as Clemens walks it up. Instructions from Coach Gavin Cathcart in his 6th season. Turnover. Mesher up ahead to Turner. Maxon tips it back over to Heath, and there's a jump ball that they're going to call. Arrow's going to favor the Jets.
Nice job. Darcy Maxon was the one who able to tip that. And then alternate possession will be the first turnover against Fort Loramie.
Eichelberger returns for the Jets. As Clemens will lock it up again. Majority freshman in the lineup for Coach Cathcart. Goes over to Eichelberger on the right wing. They try to get the back cut on the back door, and it's going to be a jump ball. And it's going to go to Fort Loramie.
11th turnover that Fort Loramie's defense has caused, which on average, their defense causes 23 turnovers for the other team.
Way in the lane, gets that ball stripped away by Maxon. Temporarily play called a jump. It'll go back over to Fairlawn.
Another nice play by Darcy Maxon. As she focused on the ball and caught it before Brandewey tried to move up. So nice play by the senior Darcy Maxon.
Clemens across the timeline. Clemens goes over to Eichelberger. They try to go on a roll to the basket to Maxon's tipped around, and they'll stay Fairlawn basketball. As Jaden Rose will come off the bench and come back in the lineup for Victoria Mesher. Loramie 20-2 on the year. They're Losses coming to Ottawa, Glandorf, and Russia.
And after that Russia lost, they beat Liberty Benton, a state-ranked Liberty Benton. This is another turnover there. Then on Tuesday, they played Marion Local, won in overtime. That could, is a long way to go, but if those two teams, Marion and Fort Loramie, would keep winning, they would meet in the regional finals.
And really, the thing that Coach Carlos Siegel has done is amped up that schedule, as Turner's 3 attempt is no good. It's tipped out and will stay with the Redskins. Yeah. He amped up that schedule. You play teams like Ottawa, Glandorf, Findlay, Liberty, Benton. You really amp up that schedule.
Bath as well is one they picked up in the last couple years, and try to play the best teams in the MAC. There's a shot made there by Ava Turner.
She's got 5 now, as 20 points scored in a row here by the Redskins after 2 made free throws to start by Fairlawn. Clemens tries to go in the lane. Clemens kicks it out to Eichelberger for its tip. It'll stay Fairlawn basketball with 1:12 to go in the first quarter.
Fort Loramie's defense always has active feet and active hands, always moving on defense. Always a lot of tips and deflections on defense.
And coming in for the first time for Fairlawn, number 23, Lily Cathcart, another freshman. Eichelberger trying to get it in. Gets it into Clemens in the corner. It's a double team, and it's going to stay with Fairlawn as it's tipped out of bounds. Just trying to avoid it. If you're Fairlawn, you're trying to avoid those live ball turnovers if you're going to turn the ball over. As Maxon to the basket scores.
Nice out-of-bounds pass. Maxon got it on the post, and Darcy Maxon finished for the basket.
Ava Turner trying to go to the basket. Rebound over to Alexis Coverman, who's in the lineup. As North gives it, or North on the exchange, over to Cathcart. Coverman ties it up with Cathcart. It's going to be Loramie basketball. As coming into the lineup is number 43, Bryn Holland, 5'9" junior. There's Jaden Rose. Rose goes to the left side to Coverman. Coverman back over to Ava Turner. Over to Albers. Back over to Holland. Holland over the left side to Coverman. Trying to move the basketball around. Being patient here. Trying to get it to Rose on the inside, and it's turned over. Clemens up ahead, under 10 seconds to go. Clemens trying to make something happen. Gives it over to Cathcart. Cathcart trying to get the shot off before the horn. Shot's no good. And that'll be all in the first quarter. Fort Loramie leading 20-4 over the Fairlawn Jets here on NKTelco Sports. We'll step aside, come back with the second quarter of action here next on NKTelco Sports.
I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Back here on NKTelco Sports through 8 minutes of action. The Fort Loramie Redskins lead the Fairlawn Jets 20-4, and the Redskins off to a hot start.
Yeah, off to a hard start. I think the key number you can talk about is Fort Loramie's had 16 shots taken so far. Fairlawn only 5 so far. Fairlawn's turned it over 12 times, has been the nemesis. But Fairlawn's battling. They had 2 free throws earlier by Eichelberg. Maxon's made some play, had a nice turnaround at the post. They're hanging in there. They know they're prohibitive underdogs, but they're battling for a very young Fairlawn team.
North with the basketball on the right side. North trying to make something happen. Zigzags out near the Sidney logo. It's a screen from Maxon. Maxon on the exchange to Clemens as Loramie's just doubling everything, trying to get a steal there. Ball's tipped in backcourt, so Helber can go get it. Meyer gets the turnover, and right before Meyer was going to give it to an Alberts for an easy layup, they get fouled.
That's not a bad foul at all. It was an easy layup the other way. As that ball bounced around for a long time, went into the backcourt before Fort Loramie ultimately stole it.
They get it into Albers. Albers lays it in. Skylar Albers has got 9.
Yeah, she's had a lot of those right on that right spot of the basket.
And getting the tips and deflections. Sometimes, it's not always, we talk about teams that press, not always about getting the turnovers too, but sometimes just about getting to the deflections, ruining the momentum of the other team.
Yeah, get them out of the offense. There's a nice lob to Maxon. Good job there by Mesher to tie up, and it'll be Fort Loramie ball. And sometimes, the other times, you want to wear down the other team. Fort Loramie's always going to go very deep. Have a lot of that. Get them out of sync. And just hurry up the other offense. Make them take bad shots.
Albers trying to go to the basket. Shot no good. Mesher with the rebound. Goes out to Meyer, who hits the shot. Carissa Meyer gets in the box score.
Yeah, nice rebound there. Stick it out to Meyer is right there.
And there's a travel as he'll stay with Fairlawn.
4th turnover against Fort Loramie. That was interesting. I wasn't surprised by this, but Carlos Seager, one of her keys was to play their game.
Yeah.
You're not want to play down to the competition. They want to play at a certain level, and they're doing that so far. And a nice steal and layup by Carissa Meyer.
And she has 4 now. A chance the old-fashioned three-point play. As the sub coming in is Avery Brandaway. Again, an all-league selection at first. Team all-league selection. Again, we mentioned how Ava Turner was named the Player of the Year. That team for the Shelby County Athletic League is as follows. It is Ava Turner from Loramie, Kate Sherman from Russia, Cece Borchers from Russia, Avery Brandaway from Fort Loramie, Brianna Cobb from Anna. It's the first team. The second team is McKinley Reichert from Jackson Center, Katie Meyer from Houston, Victoria Mesher from Fort Loramie, Reese Gubo from Russia, Mulaney Maurer from Botkins, the honorable mention, McKenna Pettis from Anna, Camden Paul from Botkins, Skylar Albers from Fort Loramie, Presley Reese from Jackson Center, and Ronnie Poling from Russia. So congratulations to those guys from the Shelby County Athletic League.
Yeah, for anybody to get mentioned that, even honorable mention, just to get your name on there, we've had the opportunity to see a lot of those players play this year, so congratulations to all of them. They'll look back. Maybe they don't appreciate it now, but when they're out of high school, fears look back and see, I did pretty good in high school. I made first team or second team or even honorable mention. Congratulations to all those girls.
Yeah, and as we come out the precision strip timeout, it's a 27-4 Fort Loramie lead over the Fairlawn Jets. And again, Loramie going to keep applying pressure here as they swept the Jets in their 2 meetings this year.
That's an interesting.
And oh my gosh, what did we just see?
Eichelberger set it down. She did flips along the baseline. Somebody else picked it up. And Brandaway in. Wow. I can say I have never seen that. I guess the distraction play is Eichelberger with a smile.
That's CYO-esque, kind of.
You can. People don't realize you can pass to somebody who's already out of bounds and they can inbound it.
Yeah.
But I've never seen somebody do flips the other side. Unbelievable.
Brandaway fouled and will go to the line for 2. And we've done sports for so long, and as through the years you just see things that you never think you'll see again.
Joe Nuxall would always say with the Reds, it's like with baseball, he'd say, if you do this long enough, you'll see something that you've never seen before. Well, Joe, it happened today.
Brandaway goes empty from the line. Skylar Albers, offensive rebound, turns around and scores. Skylar Albers is in double figures with 11. And Albers might get another bucket right here, and she does. She has a baker's dozen in 13.
Yeah, she's been in the right spot at the right time with a nice steal. There's Carissa Meyer with the steal.
Albers shot blocked. They kick it out to Summer Hoying. Shot no good. Albers tip drill. Puts it in, and she's got 6 points in about 20 seconds.
That was an impressive tip there by Albers.
It was an athletic play for sure. Skylar Albers been solid all year for this team north. With the shot tip, Darcy Maxson on the cleanup, the senior with 4 points.
Maxson done a nice job picking her spots and making the best of the opportunities she's been able to get.
35-6, 5:48 to go here. Yeah, the shot's no good. Rebound down to Eichelberger. So Eichelberger was the one that did the flips, right? I was thinking, right?
Yes.
Okay. Shot's no good by Eichelberger. Now it goes to Cassie Heath. Heath trying to give the basketball up. It's turned over. Up ahead is Jaden Rose. Rose straddling the left side, going to the basket, and is fouled, and will shoot 2 free throws.
You know, I've seen some cheerleaders for a lot of different schools do flips like that. Maybe she's a cheerleader for the boys. I do not know, but it was very impressive by Riley Eichelberger earlier.
And the line is Rose, and Rose cans the first free throw. As Ava Turner and Alex Rose are in for Fort Loramie, and it is Lily Cathcart.
Jaden Rose, continuing tradition. Also Alex Rose on the team. A lot of good Rose players. Yeah. Dana Rose, Darian Rose was a couple state titles both of them have had. Rose of the game is Victoria Mesher.
Yep, Rose gets in the box score now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different Redskins have scored. Cassie Heath with the basketball goes over to Maxson. Maxson back over to North. North goes over to Clemens as she loses the basketball and turns it over.
17 turnovers caused by this Fort Loramie defense.
Let's go to the left side. Back out to Ava Turner again. We're trying to attempt their 6th straight district championship this year. And again, they're the overwhelming favorite. Again, achieving that 1 seed. The talk was kind of before this season that some people, as Maxson travels, that they might take a step back, some people were saying. And then Coach Carla Siegel comes out with a 20-2 year, wins the league again for the 6th straight year.
Yeah,
and
off year at 20-2. I saw them early against Minster, whose Minster's probably a little step down. And it went over double overtime. Fort Loramie won that. But like always, Coach Siegel has her team improving year in, year out.
Shot up, no good. Loramie with her 3rd attempt. Mesher goes up and in. Victoria Mesher will have a chance to the old-fashioned 3-point play. She'll shoot the free throw.
Following up on that point, I think part of the reason that Fort Loramie always improves as the season goes on is their practices have to be intense.
Yeah.
They are their second 5 are as good as many teams' first 5, especially a couple years ago when they in 21 and 22, and they won 55 of 56. They would have won state 2 years in a row if it wasn't for COVID, or in 20 and 21, I should say. I think they had the best 2 teams in the state, their first and second teams.
And that 2020 team may be the best team I've ever seen girls-wise in this area.
Coach Siegel literally rotated her starters from game to game just because she felt like they were so good. They all earned to start, and you just don't see that. And they were unbelievable, and they followed it up with a true state championship the other year. As we have an inadvertent buzzer there.
Yeah, and it was going to go out of bounds. Loramie didn't have true possession there yet. The ball wasn't out of bounds, so it's going to stay with Fairlawn. That's actually the right call because Loramie didn't gain any possession there.
You hate to see that happen. I guess with the score it really is not going to matter, but you don't want to see that happen in a close game at the end where it's like tied or something. But it's human error that happens, and these people that are keeping the clock and scorebook are normally volunteers.
And Fairlawn turns it over.
Speaking of volunteers, I want to recognize Bonnie Turner. That was recently recognized as one of the awards. I forget the name of the award, but one of the 9 finalists in the state for Volunteer of the Year, so to speak.
Yeah. She's up in the top row watching the game right now. Many times I've done games at Loramie and saw her.
Yeah, and she's always got a friendly smile, always talking. They always recognize us when she comes in. Just a great way to greet. She does that to everybody, greet people welcoming into Fort Loramie High School. Congratulations to Bonnie.
Turner at the line will shoot 2. As she misses the first one. Again, the County Player of the Year. As coming into the lineup is number 32, senior Olivia Mesher. And an empty trip to the line for Turner. And it'll stay with the Fort Loramie Redskins. We'll run a box set here out of bounds.
Olivia Mesher will trigger it in.
Get it in, and it's good. There to Victoria Mesher. And sisters right there, and they connect right there, and Mesher has 7.
Senior with the assist, Olivia. To younger sister, sophomore Victoria.
Eichelberger trying to dribble, 3.5 minutes to go to half. My name's Brandon Coburn, alongside me Dave Kanapke, as Clemens is fouled and will shoot 2. We'll have all 4 games. We had the first game, Jackson Center defeated Lehman. The next game we'll have is Ansonia and Troy Christian. And the last game will be Russia and Triad that we'll have here. And we'll have all games for you here in the City Sectional on NKTelco Sports. So if you want to buy any of the game packages, you can go on our website, nkt.tv, and purchase those game packages that we'll have here at Sidney High School. As Sidney's one of our schools, and fortunate to have the key motion camera here. Has done a lot of games here at the Hive over the years.
I think I've been doing some games here for about the last 15 years at some point. It's been a lot of fun. Seen some basketball on Saturday afternoon.
Turner on the inside. Turner goes back out to Victoria Mesher. Mesher out to the left side to Olivia Mesher. Try to get it back to Victoria. It's stolen by Darcy Maxon. Goes up to Lainey Clemens. Clemens to the basket. Throws up a shot. It's no good as Turner just stayed in bounds. And Mesher's fouled in the backcourt. And Olivia Mesher will shoot 1 in bonus.
Opportunity there for Fairlawn. Maxon and Clemens did their best. Just couldn't get it in. Olivia Mesher, 5'7" senior, will shoot free throws.
Olivia Mesher on the line for
1 and bonus here.
1 in the bonus.
And Mesher connects on the first one, 43-6.
Good job, one of 3 seniors on this team. Mesher, great form in the first one. Second one as well.
As Clemens will walk it up court, freshman, trying to navigate through this defense here, and goes back over to the Redskins as Rose gets it, and there's you can call it jump. It'll be Loramie basketball. And coming into the lineup will be number 11, Avery North. And again, Fairlawn's still picking up in full court.
Yeah, that's not too many teams try to press one of the best pressing teams in the area in Fort Loramie.
Rose to the basket, and Alex Rose with 4 points now.
Good aggressive offense as always. They're at 46 points. We're not even at halftime. We'll start with a running clock in the second half.
Clemens with the basketball. Clemens trying to look for a teammate. It's picked off by Jaden Rose. Up ahead over to Mesher. Mesher is fouled by Eichelberger to go to the line for 2 free throws.
Good execution of 2-on-1 there by Fort Loramie. So Mesher will hit 2 free throws before, have a chance for 2 more. Eichelberger with her 3rd foul.
Mesher on the line for Fort Loramie shooting 2.
Mesher's first free throws up and in as Cathcart returns to the lineup as Eichelberger's got 3 fouls. And only 8 girls out here. No JV team this year for Fairlawn. Mostly freshmen. This team last year was 7 and 16. Graduated 6 seniors.
Mesher a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
Just over 2 minutes to go here until half. 48-6 Loramie on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. And scrap for the basketball. There's a foul on Loramie.
Alex Rose was kind of over the back, so to speak, on the jump ball.
Alex Rose, her first, team fourth.
Trying to get the ball in. Maxson kicks it out. Back out Helber, deep three off the iron and hits the sport, and it'll be Loramie basketball. As Ava Turner gets the basketball, Turner races up beyond the half-court stripe, gets it over to Mesher, back over to Rose. Jaden Rose with the basketball. Rose goes right side to Ava Turner. Goes over to Mesher. Back over to Ava Turner. Turner on the inside is fouled and will shoot 2 free throws.
Ava Turner with 5. She hasn't had the opportunities others have had, but chance to go through the free throw line here with 1:32 to go before halftime.
David Turner on the line for the Redskins.
Turner's free throw is good. As Avery Brandaway and Summer Hoying back in, and in for Fairlawn is Cassie Heath. Yes, he had a really good sister by the name of Lana Heath, who plays at Bluffton University now. Was a 1,000-point scorer that graduated last year. Was a very talented player for Fairlawn.
Is that Findlay University?
Bluffton.
Bluffton, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's Bluffton and Findlay. A lot of MAC and Shelby County League athletes continue their basketball career there.
And Heath is fouled on the inside.
Foul number 30, Jaden Rose.
And that'll be the 15th foul on the Redskins with 1:19 to go here till halftime as Heath, the inbounder, trying to get it into Clements. It's tipped away by Meyer. And ball on the floor, and the jump ball. And arrow favors Fairlawn. Inbound it right in front of Carla Siegel. Carla won her 500th game back in December in a win over Houston.
The current record now is 5-11 and 122. Unbelievable.
She became her and Paul Bremichin as that shot's up and good by Darcy Maxson.
Yeah, it's funny how that worked. Her and Paul Bremichin on the same night.
Yeah.
Able to get 500 wins as the two great coaches in our area.
They achieve it on the same night. Same league, same night. I don't think that's ever been done in OHSAA history. Same league, same night.
I would say you could safely say that as being true. It's just the odds of that. There's probably a lot of leagues that don't have two coaches that hit 500 wins.
Yeah, and I think there's 80-some now between boys and girls basketball, somewhere in the 80s, that have 500 wins.
I know locally, like Nan Stexulis had 524. That was most of them at Minster. She also coached at Cincinnati Oak Hills, had about 80-some there. But yeah, 500 wins. And Coach Siegel's probably can hit 600, 700. It just depends how long she wants to coach.
Clemens will walk the basketball up with 16 seconds to go in the first half. Over to Cathcart. Taken away. Olivia Mesher. Mesher going to the basket. Mesher blocked. North trying to make something happen. Going to fire a deep three off the mark. Maxson at the horn. No good. We're at halftime here at Sidney High School, 50-8. The Fort Loramie Redskins lead the Fairlawn Jets. We'll step aside, come back with the second half of action here next on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it Caring Without Limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the Internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an Internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Back here at NKTelco Sports, halftime here at the Hive. In the sectional semifinals, the Fort Loramie Redskins lead the Fairlawn Jets by a score of 50-8. Let's take a look at our first half numbers brought to you by Dave Kanapke.
Thanks, Brandon. As you would expect, they favor the Fort Loramie Redskins. So let's start with Fairlawn Jets. They were 3 of 15 from the field, 3 of 12 inside the arc. On the three-pointers, 0 of 3. You look at Fort Loramie, they were 18 of 31 from the field. They did not attempt a three-point shot so far. Very good, 11 of 15 from the free throw line. I should say Fairlawn was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Turnovers a big story. 18 turnovers on Fairlawn, only 6 on Fort Loramie. Rebounding in favor of Fort Loramie, 12-7. For Fairlawn, just 2 players have scored. Darcy Maxim with 6. Riley Eichelberger with 2 for Fort Loramie. 8 different players have scored, led by Skylar Albers with 15. Then you go to Ava Turner with 7. Victoria Mesher with 7. Avery Brandu with 6. Olivia Mesher and Alex Rose both with 4 off the bench, as well as Chris Meyer with 5 off the bench. As we will have a running clock to start anytime it gets above 35. And just a little history here. Jeff Henson and I had this when they first started doing running clock in tournament. It's probably 10 years ago. We think we had the first ever running clock game because it was starting at noon. We figured that's about the earliest game anybody tournament has started. We had the first, so our bit of history, we had the first running clock game. I would guess it was probably, I think it was Fort Loramie if I remember right, as they were running it. First, remember for a while the running clock was just during tournament.
Yeah.
I think it's been a few years now. It's been during regular season as well.
Eichelberger to the basket, scores. She scored the first points of the first and now second half for the freshman.
Nice drive there by Eichelberger as she switched from her right to her left hand. Fort Loramie, Fairlawn's still fighting against Fort Loramie as that's a stick back, or I should say just a basket by Avery Brandaway.
Yeah, and the running clock's been going on for a few years, and, you know, it's got its, you know, some people criticize it. It's a little tough, and I think Mesher took an extra step there. I maybe thought she did.
She caught it, and didn't. Usually most girls would put it on there, but she took 2 big steps. Yeah, I think in general, kind of like with football, I think it's a good rule. The only ones that don't like it is if you have a team like in football for like Marion Local. Yeah. They have seniors that are on the varsity that they don't get a chance to get in games because that the ones that aren't starting. That's the only thing if you have a really deep squad. But generally, you know, the game is pretty well decided. Let's speed it up a little bit.
And Mesher hits the free throw. Olivia Mesher, all-league selection. 52-10 as Fort Loramie cruising along here, and we'll take on the winner of our next game as there's a turnover there. That game will have for you. It's Troy Christian and Ansonia, so the Three Rivers Conference and the WOAC doing battle here at Sidney High School. That's the 3 conferences that are featured here mostly at this sectional, as there's a basket by number 40, Avery Brandaway, and we got a precision strip timeout by Coach Gavin Cathcart, and we'll take it with them. 55-10, Loramie over Fairlawn and NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Back here on NKTelco Sports, out the precision strip timeout. Loramie still cruising along up ahead, 55-10. And we kind of take a look at the bracket this year. You know, if you're around this Sidney sectional, you see the same teams. You know, 6 out of the usually 7 Shelby County teams are here usually in most years. Anna always playing Division III, but Houston bumped up to Division III this year. We see some different teams featured in here. Franklin Monroe, who I've never seen here at this section before. Calvary Christian as well, and also Troy Christian.
Yeah, a little. You know, there's always some movement between Division III and Division IV, and sometimes teams rotate in and out. So, yeah, a little different look, a little different matchups with the different teams here.
Basketball up over to North, goes back over to Darcy Maxon. Maxon on the exchange over to Avery North.
So a lot of teams will play 3 games here, and I call this still the sectional. Even though you play 3 games, a lot of times on the OHSAA, they'll call this what I call the sectional finals, which will be on Monday the 20th. I still call them the sectional finals.
Lady Clemens steal, and I call it the same thing too.
Yeah, you just happen to have 3 games as sectional, where most sectionals have 2. And then districts have 2, but that's just where it is in the Southwest district.
You group it 2, 2, and 2. Your sectional 2, district 2, regional 2, state 2. I think they tried to smooth that. The OHSAA gave that official terminology the other year, and it's this is what they say. But I call it sectional finals sometimes too. So
they should just listen to us, is what you're saying. Yeah,
exactly. Because usually you'd be like, sectional champion or district champion. Okay, well.
Same thing in the boys. That's always been it. There for many years has been at Piqua. They play 3 games. And that, we were talking off air, that is one of the best atmospheres for tournament basketball. Of course, because of the Shelby County League and the rivalries, your team's playing for the 3rd time. And, there's going to be some good matchups in that again this year.
And there's a shot made by Avery Braidway. I'd pay to go to a state final at Pickle Garberry Gymnasium. I'd pay to go to a regional. I mean, it's a great atmosphere. As you know, the regional's been held for the boys at Kettering Fairmont. The girls will go back to Vandalia Butler, the Student Activity Center there, which has had the regional for many years now, and which is also a great atmosphere, too, the Student Activity Center. Those years at Loramie and Minster were playing each other, and it was packed. Even the COVID year, I remember calling that game and it being packed.
They had an awesome rivalry between those schools. It was really almost the de facto state championship.
And there being a foul in backcourt on Albers, maybe.
We talked about Fort Loramie has won Shelby County. Ooh, we have a technical. Coach Siegel is saying, "Are you kidding me?" What?
I don't know what for.
Coach Siegel's trying to make her point, and I think she basically thinks that was extreme. I didn't see what happened.
I didn't either. Maybe a technical, or maybe he meant intentional foul. I don't know. As North makes the free throw, I don't know. Albert's kind of confused, and Carla Siegel confused her too. That's one thing with Carla Siegel. They've won games by a lot of points over the years, but she's still intense with their team, even if it's a tight game or the game is a 40-point game. She's still as intense for her team.
And obviously they're the big favorite in this game, but she wants her team to just play at their level. That's one of her keys. Is she could probably win here not even playing her starters the whole time, but you have to keep that intensity. You have to keep that rhythm in there. She will play these girls in the second half, probably through this quarter since it's a running clock. But after, she will get every player off the bench in the game for significant time. And she gets everybody in, but she also has to look out for her team's success. And, there's a pretty good chance she'll breeze through these 3 games, but she's got to keep them ready to play a full 4 quarters, because they'll need to do that, especially when they get to the regional level. So if they get the regionals, they'll probably play Russia and then the winner of Tri-Village and Marion, if it all plays like the rankings are. So
that, and Xenia Legacy Christian has a really good team too, that if Russia, the favorite in that lower bracket, makes it out, would be paired up with Xenia Legacy Christian, as Summer Hoying scores off a nice sequence by the Redskins.
Boy, Fort Loramie does a nice job of getting the outlet, and all these girls run the floor very well.
Shot up by Clemens, no good. Rebound down to Jaden Rose. Rose looking to push up ahead, left side to Turner. Turner stops, kicks it out. Carissa Meyer, she shoots off the iron, and rebound down to Eichelberger.
Yeah, the shot didn't fall, but that was the right shot.
Yeah.
If you're the coach, you want to take the right shot. They're not always going to fall, but Carissa Meyer she was open. She should take that shot, and there'll be an offensive foul there.
It's going to be Eichelberger's 4th, as she swung the elbow there, caught the face of Jaden Rose, and she's okay, as there's going to be some substitutions in the lineup. Number 10, Ariel Heitkamp, getting her first action, and Alex Rose in as well.
Ariel Heitkamp, stats that were provided by Coach Siegel. I believe this is her first varsity action this year.
Yeah, she played on that JV squad, and it was very good for Coach Jason Shadow this last year, as it's a foul on the inside. As we approach 14 seconds on that running clock.
Goes pretty fast, these running clocks.
Meyer gets it into Hoying. Summer Hoying shot well short. Meyer on the cleanup. Shot's no good. Rose goes up, and that's the end of the third quarter. A 59-12 Fort Loramie advantage over the Fairlawn Jets. We'll head to the fourth quarter of action here next on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
Back here on NKTelco Sports at beginning of the fourth quarter of action here between Fort Loramie and Fairlawn. It's a 59-12 Redskin advantage, and Redskins are going to move on to the de facto, sectional final here against either Troy Christian or Ansonia, as Errol Heitkamp shot is no good. So this Loramie team, 3 seniors this year. Fairlawn will lose 1 senior, that's Darcy Maxson. As Carissa Meyer, shot's no good. Rose trying to go up is fouled and will shoot 2 free throws. Again, like Dave and I have talked about routinely throughout the day, is that we will have all the sectional games here at Sidney. We'll have 2 more today as Summer Hoying goes up and scores.
Good inbounds passes. Summer Hoyinger came off that screen, flashed open for the basket. 9 different players have scored today for Fort Loramie.
Basketball over to Helber, goes back over to North, fires the long 3, got it. Nice shot there by Avery North.
That was pretty far out, but she had great technique. She was squared up, jumped and shot at the right time. Nice 3 there, North with 5 points.
Ball back out to Heitkamp, goes to the right side to Summer Hoying. Hoying gets it back over to Heitkamp. That's going to be a turnover for the Redskins. Again, you can use this as some coaching moments here for Coach Carla Siegel.
Yeah. Ariel Heitkamp played a lot of JV. But Coach Siegel is thinking next year she's going to have a role on varsity. This is valuable times for the bench players to get in, try to build this year and next year.
Clemens goes back over to North. North throws up the shot. Rebound down over to Cassie Heath. Heath stops, trying to look to swing it. Gets it over to Eichelberger. Eichelberger on the insider. Shot so good, but she's fouled and will shoot 2.
Eichelberger, nice shot there, left-handed.
You brought up that stat, Dave, earlier. Loramie's been in the regional final at least 11 out of the 13 years. This is one of kind of the years where, yes, they're a good team, but a lot of the attention in the Southwest District has been focused on the Tri-Village Patriots this year as kind of being the favorite going into this tournament, with Riley Sagaster, who's going to play at Marshall, Morgan Hunt going to play at Thomas More. A couple very good players over there. They've kind of been getting the attention, so Loramie can play the dark horse here.
Yeah, but you don't want to face Fort Loramie when they think they're the underdog.
Yeah.
These perennial programs, when they're at the rare time that they're an underdog, they really relish that. There's been a lot of years through the years at regionals. Fort Loramie wasn't the favorite, but they knocked off some teams and got through the regional, got to state. So it's Coach Siegel as good at coaching the X's and O's and the whole program as anybody. And, yeah, it'll be interesting. There's some very good teams between Tri-Village, Tri-Village and Russia and Fort Loramie, and then whoever comes out of the Walpock District is number 1 seed is Marion, 2 seed is Minster. There's a dark horse there. I think St. Henry Redskins, a young team, the 3 seed. So,
and you say that, we haven't. Minster has regional experience, a lot of regional experience. So you got them and Coach Mike Wiss, who's won a couple state championships. Don't be shocked if you see them down at Vandalia Butler playing in the regional.
Last year, New Knoxville won out of that district, but Minster won that the last 6 times. That means they've been to 6 regional trips. Minster won the other night against New Bremen. That clinched their 17th straight winning season. I think it's like 28 out of 29 years winning season. I'm guessing Fort Loramie's around those same type of stretch.
We got to stop and play here. I don't know what for. Loramie's going to retain possession of the basketball. 61-16 our score on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Brandon Coverman, Dave Kanapke again. 2 of 4 games here today at Sidney. We'll resume play on Monday. Franklin Monroe taking on Botkins and Riverside taking on Mississinawa Valley. That's a game that Dave Helmstetter, Craig Louth will be on the call for here.
Yeah, and then we'll come back on Wednesday and Thursday and with some more games as well as the finals on following Wednesday. And into game number 33, Allison Holland, a 5'2 junior.
Meyer trying to get it in over to Plyman. And Plyman, it's going to be Fairlawn basketball as the clock continues to roll.
You talk about Fort Loramie's won the league 5 years in a row. Let's look the last 3 years. I'm going to reverse order. Last year, Fort Loramie 25-2. The year before, 29-1 state title. 26-0 should have been a state title. 26-2, 22-6. So in the last 6 years, the lowest number is 22. The lowest before that is 25. Least number of wins. Unbelievable. I don't care any program, boys or girls, can't match up with that.
Not at all. And Redskins going to dominate, force 3 state championships over the course of the last decade. Summer Hoying scores, and they actually just honored their 2013 state championship game team at a game earlier this season. That team, the first of the 3 to win.
And there was a stretch that they went to the state Final Four something like 5 out of 7 years, and they couldn't get over the hump. And that 2013 team may not have been the most talented. It's hard to compare. There's a lot of good teams, but they were able to break through in 13, and they broke through in 15, and then 2020 won the great team. 2020 probably would have Minster and Fort Loramie in the state finals. I would say Fort Loramie would have won that game. They had beaten Minster by like 10 or 15 that year. You never know how it would have played out, but Minster would have been in the state Final Four that year in 2020 as well.
3 from the corner, no good. Maxson trying to clean it up. Shot up, no good. And the Redskins up ahead as Hoying pushes the basketball up to Holland, up to Rose, and Rose is fouled by Cathcart and will shoot 2.
I'd like to recognize a couple seniors of Fairlawn Jets playing their last game. Darcy Maxson, number 44, and Katrina
Timocini, I think.
Timocini. Congratulate them on their Timocini, number 22. So she goes in for the other senior. Always like to recognize the seniors. They put a lot of time. Congratulations on their basketball career, and wish them good luck in spring and in their plans following high school.
It's always tough. Like you said, only one team can win that last game as Autumn Turner sinks a 3, who just entered the lineup. 10th different Redskin to score.
I think that's the first 3 that Fort Loramie's attempted this year for this game.
Yeah, they've really worked on just getting the ball on the inside, and Eichelberger to the basket will score.
Eichelberger now with 7. How about threes? That's not a big part of Fort Loramie's game. They've only had 50 this year, so that's less than 3 a game on average.
Yeah, really the only normal player. There's another one on cue for Autumn Turner. One of the really big-time three-point shooter, really, that you'll see mostly is Skylar Albers. You'll see Ava Turner put up a few, but a jump ball.
So Autumn Turner hits back-to-back threes.
And Cassie Heath going to come in the lineup here real quick and come out for Riley Eichelberger as Fairlawn followed a 1-21 on the season, but Fort Loramie advances. It's her 21st game of the year as Rose will slow things down, and we have a final. Our score, Fort Loramie 70, Fairlawn 18. I'd like to thank our sponsors here. They're Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Copeland, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, New Knoxville Supply, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, and NKTelco. Our additional sponsors are Burke Petroleum, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Park National Bank, Securecom, and the St. Henry Bank. Also like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of girls high school basketball on NKTelco Channel 3 or on HD on Channel 503. Catch the replays of this game Tuesday, March 7th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, March 11th at 4 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Taking a look at some of the individual scoring for this game, there was 5 points for Avery Nord. Riley Eichelberger had 7, and Darcy Maxson in her last game had 6. For the Fort Loramie Redskins, they had 7 points from Ava Turner, 5 points from Carissa Meyer. They had 8 points from Victoria Mesher. They had 15 points from Skylar Albers, 4 points for Alex Rose, 2 points for Jaden Rose, 4 points for Olivia Mesher, 12 points for Avery Brandaway, 6 points for Summer Hoying, and 6 points for Autumn Turner. As the Fort Loramie Redskins will advance, they'll play at 7:30 on Wednesday night against either Ansonia or Troy Christian. And let's take a look at our final stats here, brought to you by Dave Kanapke.
Thanks, Brandon. First looking at Fort Loramie, they had 10 different players score, led by Skylar Albers with 15, Avery Brandaway with 12. You also had Ava Turner with 7, Victoria Mesher with 8, Carissa Meyer with 5, Alex Rose with 4, Jalen Rose with 2, Olivia Mesher with 4, Autumn Turner with 6 points there late, Summer Hoying with 6 for Fairlawn, and they had 7 points by Eichelberger, 6 by Maxson, and 5 by North. Overall numbers, Fort Loramie 22 of 49 from the field, 20 of 41, a perfect 2 for 2, both of them by Autumn Turner in the fourth quarter. For Fairlawn, they were 6 of 26 from the field, 5 of 20 on their twos, 1 of 6 on their three-pointers. Turnovers, 21 turnovers for Fairlawn, only 8 for Fort Loramie. Rebounding in favor of Fort Loramie, 22-14. A dominant performance by Fort Loramie, but I want to credit the Fairlawn Jets. Coach Cathcart, one of the things was to play hard to the buzzer despite the score and keep emotions under control. By and large, I think they did that. They battled. They were an undermanned squad, but they battled through it, and they end their season. So congratulations to them. Wish them the best of luck next year and also in the spring season. Fort Loramie, they did what they had to do. They took care of business, and they dominate with an easy win for the Fort Loramie Redskins as they go to 21-2.
So before we leave here, I'd like to name our player of the game, brought to you by NKTelco, and I think we're going to go with Skylar Albers.
Skylar Albers is dominant in the first half. 15 points all in the first half, 7 in the first, 8 in the second quarter. Congratulations to 5'10 junior Skylar Albers, our player of the game.
And we'll step aside as you see Ansonia Troy Christian coming on here. There's about 31 minutes on the clock right now. It might start a little bit before the 2:30 projected start time. So stay on here at NKTelco Sports if you want to watch Ansonia take on Troy Christian. For Dave Kanapke, I'm Randy Coverman. We'll catch you next time on NKTelco Sports.